Hello and welcome back to SCI. If you remember last month, I brought you fresh updates on the tension brewing between Canada and India over the assassination of a dual citizen of both Canada and India by name Hardeep Singh in British Columbia. I did mention that I was going to give you more updates as it came in regards to how this tension is going to impact on visa applications for international student prospects in India, as well as other, Indian nationals and citizens living in Canada. Well, the update came in where the Canadian Minister of Immigration announced that Canada has brought home 41 diplomats from India, leaving behind 21 diplomats. Now, this is still in line with India's request for Canada to reduce the number of its diplomats in the country. And if you remember, I also mentioned that India has suspended visa processing for Canada. That means Canadian citizens or Indian nationals living in Canada who wish to return home but don't have an Indian passport or need to apply for an Indian visa can't do so because the process has been suspended in Canada. And people in Canada who wish to travel to India have already started feeling the pinch. Recently, there was a clip that I saw of people lining up at the Indian embassy to get an OCI. So even though they can't get a visa, they can apply for an OCI, which is an overseas citizen of India ID card of some sort that allows them entry into the country. So coming back to Canada and international student prospects in India, if you remember, I mentioned that this will cause delays in visa processing. So, although Canada has not made a move to stop visa processing in India, they have returned diplomats, meaning there's going to be fewer hands available to help with visa processing. So, there are concerns if this is going to have a spillover effect and affect visa processing in other parts of the world. And I would say I don't think so because the diplomats returning to Canada doesn't mean they're not going to be working. And as you know, Canadian visa, majority of Canadian visa processing is done online. The applications are all done online. So I believe the 41 diplomats who have returned home can still help out, except that they won't be in country in India to support with aspects of the process like interviews or cross-checking documents whatsoever, which is definitely going to cause a backlog in the country. So, if you ask my advice for those of you who are in India looking to apply to come to school in Canada or applying in the process of applying for your visa, I would say the strategy is to go in early. Submit your application way ahead of time. If initially you were targeting submitting your application 3 months ahead of time, I would say maybe submit it 5 months ahead of time, right? Because there are fewer hands on deck and your application is definitely going to be delayed. And we don't know how far this is going to go or how this is going to continue to evolve in the near future. So, if you want to do that, if you want to apply for your visa, make sure you're doing it early. If you haven't already applied for school, make sure you do that sooner. The sooner the better, in simple terms. So, that is that. This is not going to be a long video today, but make sure, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and definitely check out my other content. I uploaded a video recently explaining how international students can, prepare themselves to find a job in their study area once they have graduated. And I think you should definitely check it out if you're an international student or a prospect looking to come study in Canada. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you in my future video.